today I'm going to be talking about the new Mario movie, Super Mario Galaxy. I just saw that with my boy the other day, man, and I want to talk about it. I want to try giving this, movie review type thing a try. I've been feeling kind of boxed in with just the reaction, so I want to try to, switch it up a little bit. I'm going to run through the different events in the movie. I'm going to say how I feel about each event, the different things I have towards the movie, and this, that, and the third, But yeah, this will be a spoiler review, so if you haven't watched the movie, then, you got, I gave you a warning at this point, you know what I'm saying? I let you know, don't be scared when I start talking about how I feel about what actually happened. So 3, 2, 1. So first we get into the movie, right? And it's Rosalina telling the story of her sister Peach, who at this point we don't know is her sister at this part of the movie. And I like how they looped back around to the story in the movie. Like, it wasn't just like something small. And when the Lumas cut her off, and when the little star people cut her off, I didn't even catch that it was going to be important. Like, I just thought it was something small, but it actually ended up being something important. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say this. I was low-key the entire movie I was waiting for Star Fox. Like, they spoiled that, and I was waiting for him to show it. I was just waiting for him to show it. Other than that, I will say that this movie is actually gorgeous. Like, this movie is beautiful. Like, there are some parts in the movie, like the part where it's Mario and Peach and they're looking at the stars or whatever. That was beautiful. I love that part. Rosalina is talking to the Lumas and she does magic or whatever, and she's supposed to be super strong, and then Bowser comes out of nowhere. Bowser Jr. and Cody come out of nowhere and they try to capture her, and I love this scene, like where Rosalina's doing the magic and she's being all strong and stuff. I just wish she had more time to shine in this movie. I kind of felt like she was treated more like a damsel in distress. There wasn't really much like scenes where she's using her magic, because her magic was one of the most interesting things in the movie to me. Everybody else is using power-ups, she's using magic and doing this, that, and the third. And another thing is that she's supposed to be super strong or whatever, but it's like she's like, and maybe this is the effects of me watching a lot of anime, but it's like they don't really show her getting overpowered. Like, yes, I understand this is a kids movie, they're not gonna go but in this movie there is a lot of action scenes, which actually surprised me. Like, there is a lot of fighting in this movie. She gets captured. Once again, the magic in this movie is beautiful. Like, the special effects in this movie are amazing. Like, everything in this movie is amazing. I didn't grow up with Mario. I mean, I kinda did, but I'm not like a Mario super fan. Like I played that stuff. I played Smash Bros, but I don't have a Nintendo system. My brother left behind the GameCube. That's about it. But I'm not a Nintendo super fan. I grew up on a PlayStation 3 Prototype. What y'all know about Prototype? What y'all know about Skylanders, J-Stars? Anyways, like those games. Like, anyways, so she gets captured. The movie starts, and it's Mario, and they're in like the Odyssey world, I think, with all of the the skeleton people. And I like the motifs in this movie. Another thing, like, there's a point in this movie to where like they played a doo-doo-doo-doo-doo note when they were in a cave. I really like that, but they do it in a way to where it's not overdone, right? There's a lot of cameos and references in this movie, but it's blink and you'll miss it for some of them. So they meet Yoshi, who's played by Childish Gambino, and honestly, he played his role pretty well. I just don't know why. Like, it's the thing, like, it's the same thing I kind of have with Invincible. I don't know why they keep hiring all these like A-list celebrities. You don't even know that that's Childish Gambino unless you look it up beforehand. Like, it just kind of feels like they're there just for the sake of being there than for what they actually provide. Like I said, he had a great performance during the entire movie. He made me laugh. Yoshi was one of the funniest characters in this movie. I like how, they implemented his little like tongue move, and they just made him like extremely like hungry the entire movie. That was hilarious. That was funny. I like that. But I just didn't know why all of these A-list. I mean, I know it's to put butts in seats, but other than that. But they all did a good job as the role, especially Princess Peach, when it came to her showing her emotions. Spot on. Like, that was amazing. I meant Peach. Yeah, Peach, Rosalina, all of them, like, they were able to show their emotions a lot very well. Very, very well. Yoshi's backstory is that I think he stole something and then he went into the sewers to run away from the police, which I'm not even gonna lie, that's funny. That's funny. Then we get into the, I guess, plot of the movie, because I don't quite remember what happened. I'm trying to recall the scenes in this movie. Another thing people say about this movie, what I'm seeing, is that people say that this movie is kind of all over the place. I do agree with that, but it's in a good way. Like, it's a very fun movie, but The plot is, it kind of just happens to the characters. Peach is one of the only people that's kind of deciding to do something, in my opinion. Like Mario and Luigi, they kind of take a back seat. And it's Peach, she sees that her sister has been taken from her, and they try to find a pilot, but then I'm pretty sure Toad gets his stuff taken by the monkey, Star Fox's pet, I believe. Ukiki, is that his name? And bro, I tell you, my friend who was watching this, he didn't get spoiled on it yet, but I told him, yo bro, lock in. This monkey's gonna be important. Even though they didn't really show the connection between the monkey and Star Fox, I feel like once again I said, I feel like that would have been one of the biggest surprises. They should have kept that under wraps. A surprise like that, you don't really show off, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have kept that. Like, that would have been a very big, like, I understand Star Fox don't really got that, like, got motion like that, right? He's not really that well. I mean, he's well known, right? I'm not going to downplay Star Fox. I don't really play Nintendo. I'm not a Nintendo player. I'm PlayStation, right? I'm not going to downplay Star Fox. That would have got a nice little reaction. They had the Pikmin in the movie, and then they had, like, it would have been cool if, you know, they showed the monkey, and then there were some people who were like, oh, is that the monkey from Star Fox? And then they showed Star Fox. But instead, they just spoiled it. So the whole time I was kind of just waiting for Star Fox to show up, because he was the, you know, he was the abstract element of the movie. And I also was wondering if they were going to bring it, how crazy they would go with the crossover. If it's a space movie and Star Fox is showing up simply because it's space, and they explain why he's there. Oh yeah, another thing, the fight scene with Toad and Peach fighting against all of those people, that was amazing. The action, all of the action in this movie is great. I love the action. The fight with Bowser Jr. and Luigi hit him with the Falcon knee. That was crazy. Like, they were fighting for real in this movie. That's what another thing I enjoyed about this movie. Back to Star Fox. I'm glad that they didn't go too far with the inclusions and the cameos when it came to this movie, because once again, like I said, it's Mario Galaxy and it's a space movie, so that's probably why he showed up, right? You know, he's flying a spaceship. It kind of makes sense for him to be there. They explain that he's not from the universe and that he entered through a wormhole. Right, that's what they said. He entered through a wormhole, and then at the end of the movie, he went back. But he was super duper cool. I'm not even gonna lie. That guy was cool. That was dope. But like I said, they didn't go too crazy with the crossovers, which I did. I'm happy that they didn't do, because they already had Pikmin in the movie. Luigi later in the movie summons Mr. Game & Watch. Like, they could have went really crazy with the inclusions in this movie. If it was a space movie, I would have expected, Samus or somebody to show up, right? Because she's a space character, and I think Samus is actually pretty cool, right? I feel like they probably gonna have to either chill out on the cameos or stop revealing them, because I feel like if they just let that be in the movie and let people be like, oh, like the ones who know type thing, like, it would have been cool. That would have been really cool. I don't remember what part of the plot I was talking about, but yeah, Peach and Toad leave. The castle gets taken over. It gets taken by Junior and Cody. Mario and Luigi fight them. They end up stranded on like a bee planet with Bowser. And I like how Bowser in this movie, he kind of plays like a in-between role. Like, he's almost a villain, but he's almost not. Like, he's like reformed. Like, he's trying to reform. And they showed that earlier in the movie with him painting stuff. I really like that. Then there was like this kind of will they, won't they with Peach. I thought that was kind of cute. That was adorable. Mario falling for the princess. I like that. I really did. I like that. That was adorable to me. What else is there for me to say about this movie? Once again, like, we see Rosalina and she's captured, and it's like, I just wish they explained how, because Rosalina in this movie, she's portrayed as being extremely powerful. Like, Peach and Rosalina both have like cosmic powers apparently that they can tap into, and that sounds very grand. That sounds very powerful. And even the way this animated, all of the stars and sparkles and explosions, like there are a lot of explosions, but it's like, as soon as Rosalina gets captured, that's it. She's just there the entire movie, and I really want to see more of her, because it's the magic that she uses, just looks so cool, man. It just looks so good. It's so good. It's so good. Like that's the only thing. I just wish they explained how Bowser Jr. was able to, was this strong, and also the fact that he managed to create his own planet, or not create, but I guess repaint over another planet or whatever. Like, at least give us an explanation, because I kind of felt like I said, I don't play Nintendo. I just felt like they kind of, like, she was strong, but it was like she wasn't a character. She was more of a plot device the entire movie. So, skipping around, I can't recall this entire movie from memory. All of the inclusions with all of the enemies and the special guests were really, really good. The final fight with Luigi and Mario was really cool. Star Fox didn't even show up that much. I wish they gave him a little bit more. They had a scene where he was flying around and doing barrel rolls and doing stuff from his game. They had like a little animated 2D section with him in it. That was dope. I like that. I wish we saw a little bit more of him. I know why we didn't, but I just feel like he's such a cool character. I know why they didn't. Why they, kind of eased off of him showing his like coolness and all that stuff in the movie, because like he's not from here. He's not supposed to, they're trying to make it, he's just probably going to be a one-time thing. He's not going to show up over and over. If they do a cameo every movie, that would be dope, right? Like, they had the Pikmin show up for some reason. I feel like for Mario, if there's another space-themed movie, then it would make sense for it to be Samus. I don't think any of that. I don't think they're going to add any of the anime guys, like the Xenoblade, and I don't know. I don't know if I would. I don't really see them. I see Samus. Link, maybe. I know they're doing a live action Legend of Zelda, that's what I've heard, but I can see Link being with them, like animated, and them probably like poking jabs at the fact that he doesn't talk or whatever, just makes noises. That would be hilarious. Like I said, this movie was a very, very good watch. I did enjoy it. I just wish that they had more. Like I said, the plot kind of just happens to the characters. They kind of just... Peach, I feel like, is the strongest driving force. Peach and Toad are the strongest driving force in this movie. And it's like Mario and Luigi kind of go along with whatever is going on, but there aren't really any decisions made to where it's like Mario and Luigi are like, okay, let's find so-and-so. They find Peach and then with Star Fox, and then just go along with whatever is going on. And I think that's people's problem with the movie. That it just feels like things are happening to the characters, but they're not really making any decisions. Even when we take it back to the beginning of the movie with Mario with the skeleton people, they were like, Mario, there's a cave we need you to look at. And they're like, okay. And then they look at the cave. Like, it's just them agreeing to things. It's not really them going and being proactive. And I think that's the problem that people have with this movie. But it was a very fun movie. A very, very fun movie. I liked it. I liked the Star Fox. I liked the Pikmin. Once again, I don't know how crazy they're going to go with the crossovers, but Nintendo, please, the next time y'all go and do a crossover, just keep it to yourselves. I feel like just having that Star Fox inclusion in the movie would have been so dope. If nobody knew, because we were just expecting Mario in them. So if Star Fox showed up, that would have been so cool. Even as somebody as me, I don't really play Nintendo like that. But seeing, people where they're not supposed to be at is always cool. Sometimes, if they don't overdo it. And they struck the perfect balance with this movie, to the point where you wanted to see more of them. And now they're gonna be like, okay, if you want to see more of them, you gotta play the game, or we're releasing a new movie. Like that's how you do it right there. I feel like that's how you do it. That is how you do it. That's how you do it. Like I said, that voice acting, gorgeous. The voice acting, amazing. The voice acting is good. The visuals, stunning. The special effects in this movie are amazing. The choreography with the dancing and the fighting. And then there are some heartfelt moments too. Him giving her the flower, or her giving her the present and being like, oh, you probably don't want a present, do you? Oh my God, Mario, like, what are you doing? Like, that was funny. Like, there's some funny moments in the movie, where they're teasing Mario. It's a fun movie. I just feel like people feel like there wasn't enough proactivity when it came to the Mario brothers. Like, they were just going along with whatever was going on. There was a scene with Bowser and Peach and Mario doing parkour. I like that. And then, one of the parts where there was some proactivity with Mario was when he told her to go save her sister, and he blocked off the entrance with a little axe, and they fought. I feel like there needed to be more moments where Mario was saying, I'm going to do this. Not somebody telling him, okay, do this, and now it's like, okay, I'll do it. That was a good moment. That was a strong moment. There was some moments to where I felt like I was gonna tear up. The scene with the stars, the scene, little tender moments with Mario and Peach, like those, the tender moments with Mario, with Peach and Rosalina, those parts I felt like I was genuinely about to tear up. Like, this movie has some emotions, but it has this pace to it, to where it's like almost not blink if you'll miss it, but it felt a lot less slice of lifey than the first movie from what I remember. The first movie, you know, they played around a little bit, but this movie had a plot, and it was moving. It was moving. It was moving. All of it was moving. Like, I can compare the pacing to something I would say like Fate Stay Night. Like, that's another thing. Like, the plot is always moving. There wasn't really that much downtime. But I enjoyed it. I will say I enjoyed it. I liked it. Some people may disagree with me. I'm not really a Nintendo. I like Nintendo. I'm not the biggest Nintendo guy, but like I said, I really like this movie. I just feel like it needs to be a little bit more proactive. Alright. Bye-bye.